Okay, YouTube, I know I just gave you a video walking down this very same street, Reforma Avenue, very recently. But I decided to bring you back since we have this beautiful sunset right in front of us, casting the orange glow on the sidewalk and giving a pretty impressive look to the skyline, which we're going to get a very clear look at as I pass these trees. Is that nice or what? Mexico City. Let's zoom in a little bit. Wow. But today I'm going to take you somewhere new. I'm going to... First I'm going to cross the street, and then as we take one more look at that epic sunset that's happening, I'm going to take you on a little walk to the south, heading towards Zona Rosa and Roma Norte, and I guess Juarez neighborhood as well. There's a few neighborhoods just to the south of Reforma, and they're all pretty cool. Oh, speaking of Reforma, I think this is part of Reforma 222. So I think there's a giant shopping center inside here. As we struggle our way across the street. But yeah, generally speaking, this area could be described as Zona Rosa, which is the LGBT neighborhood in Mexico City. It's also a party neighborhood. There's a lot of clubs, a lot of surprising number of people out drinking. It's kind of shocking when you go from a country where there's not so much happening to a place like Mexico City where, yeah, it's the bars are packed.
Spotify Premium. Prueba 3 meses de Spotify Premium gratis. Cancela cuando quieras. Presiona el banner para obtener más información.
Zona Rosa also has a great collection of Asian restaurants. In particular, there's a large Korean community that lives here. What I've also been noticing is a lot of good Japanese food. I had a really good ramen bowl here at a place called Diego Ramen. And as you can probably guess from the name Diego, it is owned by Mexicans. But it was a really authentic experience. A really good bowl of ramen. I would highly recommend it. There's another place I like around here called Tokyo Restaurant, which has a lunch set where you can get some sushi rolls, you can get a little miso soup, you can get a salad, you can get some meat. It's like a nice lunch combo. And then if you're into Korean food, I recommend Min Suk Chun. Very nice bibimbap bowl. Actually, what I like best about them is they give you all these different free side dishes, which are all great if you're into kimchi and other Korean flavors like that. Interesting fact about this neighborhood, the streets are really named after European cities. For example, this is Londres, London. And the one I'm walking down now is Niza, N-I-Z-A, which I mean, Londra is definitely London, but I don't actually know. Would Niza be Nice in France? Nice? Could that be it? Any Spanish speakers out there, help me out. Of course, you can also tell from that building I just passed. Some of the buildings here are abandoned and, you know, frankly, not in the best condition. So you have an interesting mix in this Zona Rosa heading into Roma Norte area, where you have a lot of hip restaurants and a very international crowd, but you also have these older buildings, and you have areas that have, you know, 1 foot in a very different reality than some of the other buildings, you know. I will say this about Mexican architecture: they definitely have an eclectic mix, you know, like they have everything. Like modern skyscrapers next to old buildings and tall next to short. It makes it very visually interesting to walk around. But a word of advice for anyone who wants to rent short or long term in this city: if you have one of the shorter buildings next to some taller buildings, you will not see the sun. And I know that because the place I'm currently staying at, the Airbnb I'm staying at, is in a shorter, older building. And because there's 2 larger buildings around it, you literally do not see the sun. There is no time of day when sunlight reaches my room or any of the rooms. So if you want to see something like that, you gotta come outside. But that's okay on a day like this. Nice to have a walk outside, isn't it? As I pass, what is this street called? I'm not sure, but it's one of the main streets. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool how they painted that, isn't it? I always admire how public space is used in this city, and how artwork follows you everywhere you go. Okay. So this could be thought of as the intersection between the neighborhoods before Juarez and Zona Rosa. Now we're entering into Roma Norte. And I mean, frankly, this is probably my favorite neighborhood in the city. I'm not going to show you all of it today. I'll just take a short little walk, give you a taste of what it's all about. It's just before 6 p.m., which is about the sunset time this time of year. There's another great look at the eclectic architecture I was talking about. I mean, look at these little guys next to that towering glass beast behind you. The skyscrapers are coming. I'm not sure if that's like a bathhouse, or I don't know. I don't actually know what that sign was all about. Here's a nice building. Wow. Let's stop and admire this for a moment. Gorgeous. This is Puebla Street coming up. Welcome to Roma Norte, the north of the Roma neighborhood in El Ciudad de Mexico. Oh, that's nice, huh? Little Dia de Muertos. Dia de los Muertos, as some people call it. There's a debate about if Day of the Dead translates as Dia de Muertos or Dia de los Muertos. A Mexican said that only the gringos call it Los Muertos and that Mexicans call it Dia de Muertos. Could someone confirm if that's true or not? Because I never know what to call it. But obviously with the festive skulls and stuff, that was themed after Day of the Dead. Day of the Skateboarder up top too. Yeah, but as I was saying, I mean, I got an interesting situation here because I've been to Mexico City a few times before. And I've made videos about places like Roma and Zona Rosa and Reforma before. And so, like, I could take my big camera and I could make full vlogs again. But what's changed? Like, what would I have to say that I hadn't done before? You know, sometimes they say if you don't have anything to say, don't say anything at all. I'm kind of going the opposite direction. I'm just saying, well, if I don't have any videos to make, why don't I just take you on my walks? And then instead of thinking about things to make, I can just enjoy the city, walk around a bit, and, you know, share what's on my mind. And if people enjoy that, they enjoy that. And if they don't, that's okay. You know, this is Dan Weinberg YouTube channel. This is just my life, I guess. And the other channel, the New Travel, will keep making videos that are taking a bit more time, a bit more effort. And yeah, this channel here will be more spontaneous. So if you want to see me do a proper video that takes more time and a bit more focus, throw me some suggestions for what I should do on my other channel. Oh, I was recommended one really good breakfast restaurant. I think that place, it's in a part of the city I haven't been to before. So I think I'll make a video specifically about that. This traditional Mexican restaurant that I've never been to before. It looks great. Should I tell you what the place is called? It'll be a surprise. I think that's it for today. I think that's it. I feel very grateful to be in a city like this. I know some people watching are watching from Canada, watching from parts of the northern United States or other places that are covered in snow, and you know, you might just be envious of these scenes here in Mexico City. I am very grateful to be where I am, and you know, it's a privilege. I don't lose sight of that. It is a privilege to be in this place. It's a privilege to be outside. It's a privilege to be alive, you know? Every day is a blessing. Let's never forget that. And wherever you are, whether you're here with me in Mexico, whether you are thousands of miles away, just remember to stay positive, to look for the little bits of beauty that are all around you. And if times are tough, just take it one day at a time. All this COVID stuff's gonna go away, don't worry. We don't know when, but we know it will. Just like the sun will rise in the morning and set in the evening, COVID-19 is going to set one day too. And I think the sun is setting on this video as well. My hands are getting tired holding up this camera. What a lazy way to end a video. Just saying my hands are getting tired. I should have just left it with that comment about the sun. Why did I have to say my hands are getting tired? Now I sound like a baby. Dan. What have you been doing videos for 5 years, 6 years? Still haven't learned how to end a YouTube video. Okay, everyone, hope you enjoyed this. As always, I'm Dan, and I'll see you on the road.